But we want to try and drive it right there.
Yeah.
Not on that side.
Right. Nice and easy. Get your body loose. Good job. Nice day.
Yeah, it is.
Nice day to have a good time.
Yep.
Doesn't like taking one off the shit.
It's already started.
It's already started. You're right. It's all right though. It's good stuff.
That one was top hand. I drove it with this hand.
Oh,
instead of drove-
okay. I'd rather you. I'm glad you pointed that out, but I'd rather you go slower and do things like overly correct.
Okay.
You're not doing anything wrong. I'm just talking out loud. I'd rather see slower on the tee and doing things super correct, so when you get a pitch that's coming at you, you do good correct. What we're doing is not, we're not trying to see how far we can hit it, right?
Yeah. It's how correct.
Yeah, how correctly can we hit we might even, you know how when we introduce something, it jumps your swing tenfold, you know?
Yeah.
We might even do better now that we know what your swing is and you know what it is. We might even do better by switching the tee amount and the live pitches amount.
Mm-hmm.
Switch to several buckets of ball, working on super high definition fundamentals, and then a few live, because we already know what you can do live.
Yeah.
It's this super repetition of I've got to be like picture perfect crack. That might be the next step that jumps you even further now, you know.
Yeah.
I don't think more pitches does much for you.
Oh. So you're saying instead of just doing half a round, we do a whole round?
Yeah, do a
And
couple.
maybe only a whole round of live?
Yeah.
So it's...
Maybe we would do a bucket and a half tee, and 2 buckets, because we do a half a bucket. We do 1 bucket, then we do 2 buckets and 2 buckets. If we switch it to
2 buckets?
3 buckets, because that's a total of 5, right?
5?
1 bucket, 2 buckets is 3, and another 2 buckets is 5.
Yeah.
If we do 3 buckets on the tee and 2 buckets in the air, you might be better off. That might be what takes you from really good right now to that next level. I don't think 4 more buckets of live pitches takes you to that next level.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, because I already kind of know what a ball looks like, what a strike is.
Yeah, and you're getting so good at that. That might be the next direction that takes you to the next milestone of quality swinging. Because it's so interesting that when you have a good tee workout, when we move to live, you're just crushing them.
Yeah.
And then after 15 buckets, you're like, I'm tired.
Yeah.
So the quality isn't there,
So
you know?
end on a
Yeah.
so-so.
Yeah.
Like my first round is always amazing.
Yeah.
The second round, it's normal.
Yeah.
Less than that, because I'm just exhausted.
Right. And that's what I mean. I don't think another 400 pitches, live arm pitches, is going to take you to that it's not going to move the needle tenfold.
Yeah.
I think more tea is going to move you tenfold.
When you're exhausted, you get lazy.
Yeah.
Like in the turkey trot, my first few games,
Yeah.
I would hit them. They would just be at
Yeah.
second or shortstop, but they were good hits. That was
That last game, you're like, let's just get this game
right.
over.
I would just, yeah.
And you know what? When you're not having fun and you're not succeeding, it's even worse.
Mm-hmm.
And you were kind of in that realm, you know. You weren't.
Pressure of
You
this is my
weren't.
last chance to get on the team.
Yeah.
Kind of stuff.
You weren't doing what you wanted to, and it's really frustrating. So,
Except with outfield.
outfield, you turned it up a notch. I was very impressed. I'm glad. That was the best thing at Turkey Trot.
Yeah.
You did. You're the best outfielder on your team, and you're going to be the best infielder on your team. Which they're already saying you're the best pitcher on their team. So, you sure up that other couple little things. Unbelievable.
Yeah. Best hitter, best pitcher,
Yeah.
best
Yep.
everything.
But you still got to do the work, right?
Yeah. Can't do 1,000 swings. Play like a 12,000
Yep.
swing.
You can't think, oh, I've got this in the bucket. Show up and strike out all the time. You still got to produce.
Yeah.
Producing is it. That's the key. We're just what we do right now. All your hard work is just helping produce it.
Yeah.
A person will never produce more than they practice.
Yeah. That's true.
You'll never produce more, ever. Because if you think about it, you do a couple of rides around the block on your scooter. Do you think you're gonna be able to do a tail whip?
No.
Did you produce more than your practice of tail whip?
No.
The answer is no, because
Yeah.
you practice and practice and practice. Then you finally got it,
Yeah.
and now you're pretty easy on it.
Yeah. Oh, you
But-
gotta start practicing.
That's what I mean by you'll never produce more than you practice.
Yeah. That one have to talk.
You had
Yeah.
good top hand.
Yeah.
It felt like it when it went. Everything, I didn't see it specifically, but it felt good as everything felt good.
Yeah,
As,
just this way. This was like 90% of the strength until I let go.
good. That's what you want. What's crappy about a tee, and it's actually this is what builds mental conditioning, though, is what's crappy about a tee is you gotta get used to doing and you get sloppy. So it can hurt you if you don't stay super focused what you're trying to accomplish.
Yeah, it
That's
turns
what-
into the pitch,
Yeah.
pitch.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what Tiger Woods was so good at, was during these specific practices, he was so good at keeping that concentration on working this one thing. He was really good at that.
You know what? That's probably why he was so great.
That's exactly why he's so great. He did not just practice a couple of times a week and in between parties. He freaking skipped parties, practiced till moon came up, and when that wasn't enough, he would hire somebody to stand there with holding lights.
Really? You would do that?
It wasn't in his book, but I wouldn't be surprised that hey, I just need a few more, hold this for me, you know? And that's why he never produced more than he practiced, but he practiced so much that he produced dramatic amounts, you know?
Yeah.
That's right, but everything fun that you've ever done, he skipped and practiced instead.
Oh. That's a lot of.
But he loved it, so it wasn't a big deal for him. He loved it. He was so good at it. He thrived on it. He loved the sense of, I'm working on this, and by the end of the practice, I can do this, and I don't have to think about it. Just kind of like what you do on some of the things you do. You know?
Adjusting the foot stance.
Yeah.
Now when I set up, that's.
Yeah, you've got it, and we don't have to have a talk about it.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm so open compared to that.
Yeah. That's not open, that's actually perfect in line.
Yeah.
In line means your front foot is not crossed and it's not behind.
You can really rotate that.
Yeah. Yep.
But here.
Here you're close. Yep. You can't rotate any farther without blowing your body out.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I think that's why I had so much trouble coming up like that.
Sometimes, yeah. That's the only way.
Like on an inside one.
Uh-huh.
Come up because I.
You had to release that toe, which means you release some of the power out of your hip.
Yeah, that tension.
Yep. And sometimes you're still going to hit a home run when you roll over, and just because you're doing things so right, but that's not what we want to strive for.
That just adds to the power. I would say the main thing is end of the bat and tight hands.
Closed toe keeps that tension for really explosion. And when you release that toe, you'll hit a home run every once in a while like that.
Oh.
Because you've done everything correct. It's yeah. Because you've already started the tension, and that final release at the last moment won't be the thing that keeps you from hitting the home run, you know. But we don't want to strive for flaring, you know.
So you
Yeah.
open up
Yep.
as you're swinging.
Yeah, then that becomes your natural swing.
That's all you need is a nice easy swing.
Mhm.
That's correct.
Dude, I just love how quiet your hands are now. I mean, it's so beautiful to watch. It's amazing that you're that quiet right now. Not amazing like, oh, I didn't think you could do it. Just amazing that you went from drifting and dropping and doing all this other stuff to my hands are freaking solid quiet. We don't have to have a hands discussion very often anymore.
And a lot of times I'm the one who brings it up
Yeah,
first.
exactly. I gotta put the ball in. That'll
Can't
probably
hit
help.
air. Well, you know what I do when I do my practice swings? I'm hitting a.
Coach talked about that.
Yeah, he did.
Do 50 practice swings. You know, he didn't say over the top like this, but right.
Yeah. He also talked about in a practice you weren't there how to hit an outside pitch.
Oh, yeah?
'Cause everyone was doing that
Uh-huh.
and dragging. He said you want to stay tight and you don't want to sweep it.
Sweep around it, yeah.
That's not exactly what he said, but he said you want to crack it that way.
Yep.
And I was like, yep, that's
Exactly.
what you do.
And I do that. That's why you see me. Yep. That's a good round. GoPro, stop recording. It might be a little tight,
Yeah.
like too close to you. You feel that I am?
A little bit.
Want me to scoot it back?
Yeah, just a scooch. Thanks.
better to me too. Here you go.
Yeah.
Good. Nice and relaxed. There's nothing wrong. You haven't
Okay.
swung for 5 days. That's exactly what you should do. Look at that. How easy is that swing if you did that most of the time?
Oh, it's so easy.
You'd be in the professionals.
Yeah.
Nice little pop like that. You're not going to have a million home runs. You're not going to have a lot of strikeouts, but you're going to get on base.
Right.
The majority of the time.
Yeah. Occasionally, Billy might be there.
Yeah, right.
But it's better than watching one.
Oh my gosh. I'm just thinking that might be called a strike on you.
Okay.
Just so you understand what it feels like.
Yeah.
That is not to say you've done something wrong.
Yeah.
That flares right out, that just pops right over into the grass.
Yeah.
What I do know this round, what's exceptional about this round, is you just look, you don't look like I'm trying to kill it, do something, prove something. You're just doing a good job.
You're just swinging.
Yeah, kind of like your last few practices. I would throw the pitch and all of a sudden you just, oh, I'm feeling good, crap. And I was like, where did that come from? And
Yeah.
it was always a good, hard hit.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like right now, and you're doing a good job of that. I think you should keep that up.
Okay. I need to sit and wait. I'm too excited to hit.
The ball's kind of moving on you too.
Yeah.
You do your thing, which is really good right now. I have not seen you get long on a swing for a long time.
Yeah. Nice and tight.
Yeah.
You know what? It's because we've been working hard on the tee with that.
You're probably right on that too. The ball's moving on you, so it's not a thing. I really think this is a good round. You're probably not feeling it, but I think it's a very good round.
That's all it needs.
And all you need to do,
I will go over short sloped head and in between the gap.
and I would have you on my team if you did that 3 out of 4 times every time you got up to bat. You'd be my #1 guy, and
Oh.
you will be the #1 guy on a professional team if you did that.
Oh, just,
Seriously,
yeah.
that's how easy it should be. We just get in our own heads and screw shit up.
Yeah. Moneyball talks about that. If you get on base, you're valuable.
You're very valuable. You're $1 million person. Actually, not even 1 million. You're multi-million. By the time you get up there, you might even be 1 billion.
Yeah, that's a strike.
It's okay. You got 3. Definitely. Dude, you're killing it. This is a good round. I don't want you to be unhappy about it. I want you to be excited. That's outstanding.
That's a good one. I just waited, crack.
That's all you gotta do.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Outstanding. Good. What a good round.
Yeah,
Good
this
job,
is.
buddy.
It's
Proud
okay.
of what you're doing. This is
Good.
This
What
is
am I
good.
gonna do with this next one down the middle?
Okay. Okay, you got another strike on you. Good, that was high. You stood there waiting to see if it's gonna go in there.
Yeah, I was
You
waiting
did.
for it to
Good job.
break.
Good job. 2 strikes on you. Okay, good job. That was gonna be questionable.
Yeah.
You did something with it. You got 2 strikes on you still. Dang it, that's all right. There's 1,000 at bats this year. That was a good at bat.
Yeah.
You didn't have the outcome you wanted, but it was a very good one. Whoa! That thing moved that much like the last second.
Yeah.
You can hit that, dude. No one's gonna strike you out.
Yeah, that's true. That was good. I didn't scoop it.
Nope.
Drove it.
You're swinging so incredibly right now. You're under control and you're just cracking it.
Yeah.
You're not getting big.
That explains the good hits.
It does. It exactly does. This is a very good round. Be happy and excited about what you're doing right now. This is a big deal. Unbelievable.
Ah,
I'll take that every single hit all day long. Ah, that's beautiful.
right over your head.
Yep.
Oh, that's good.
Everyone wants that big monster home run. That other one, I'll take all day long.
Yeah. Oh, that's strike one.
Okay, strike one. You're right. Screw that. It's 1 strike. It is what it is.
That was better. I was less big on that one.
It's showing. You're I don't know anything else to say other than you're doing so well right now. Keep this up. Keep this up during the games, the whole season, the next 10 years, the next 30 years for you.
Yeah.
Good. I love seeing a ground ball.
A strong one, not a.
Yeah, that's a beautiful ground ball. I don't care if you get out, that's a beautiful ground ball. Another beautiful one.
I can just feel the power when it comes off it.
Go, switch bats now.
Okay.
You're kind of in a rhythm. You're doing good. There you go. Good.
Whoa. It just has a different ting to it.
Yeah, it does. It will have everything.
bit.
I bet it does.
It feels a little heavier, that's why.
Yeah, the bat is heavier than the other one for sure.
But
do you feel like you're having a hard time controlling it, or do you feel like you got decent control?
I feel like I have pretty good control. I have more control of that bat. I would definitely not have any control if I was holding it down here.
Right.
But up here helps with the control.
Yeah, that's interesting. When you're swinging well, go for that sucker. Crush that shit as hard as you can.
Okay.
Seriously, when you're swinging well, and you're feeling good, confident, go for that. You never know, that might be a dinger.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Switch.
Okay.
Dude, that was like picture perfect at the end.
Yeah, I can
Not
feel
so
that.
far that it turned into a cat, but just on that other side, it made it beautiful.
An absolute bomb.
Ah. Good. You're seeing the ball so well right now. Last few practices right now. Keep this good work up, dude. You've got it. Woo! It's all right. One strike. You can't strike you out with one strike. You can't defend that.
Yeah.
You cannot defend that. It's a base hit every single time.
Yeah.
This far away from the pitcher is a base hit every single time.
And if they do a shift, there's a free base.
Exactly. You cannot defend that hit right there.
Yeah.
Ever.
That's what I like about having a smaller, lighter bat,
Uh-huh.
because I can control where it goes. I don't just start swinging, hoping I hit it.
Yeah, and putting it wherever it ends up hitting it. No,
Yeah.
You're right. Here we go. Dude, you're doing well. This is a great round.
It's
Be very
weird.
proud of what you're doing.
I can move the bat just a lot. Like with that, it took a little bit more to get it going, so it's different.
Yep.
Switching.
That's kind of the idea of that using the wood bat. You get so used to lumbering around that heavier bat. Same thing.
Yeah.
Good. You got 2 strikes on you, dude. Keep that same swing. Do your thing. Ow! I got you. It's all right. You have 1,000 at bats. That's one. If you can see it's a curveball and it hasn't broke yet, you might want to enjoy the lean
Yeah.
because it's not going to hurt you.
Yeah.
You know?
Right. A fastball doesn't even really hurt.
Here we go. You're doing great. Do your thing, brother. You did not moved that much.
Yeah.
Last second, you freaking rocketed it. Oh, outstanding. Another one that's not defendable. Because it's so low, as even if the pitcher I go for it is past me, I can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
When it's on this side, I can follow through. Oh, crap.
Yeah.
It's past me before I even make an attempt. When it's up here, you can kind of stab at it.
Yeah, just hoping your glove hits it.
Yeah. Oh, that thing just... You grabbing this one?
Okay. Yeah. Can't defend.
GoPro, stop recording. I didn't hear it.
It did.
Okay.
Let that one sail. Might hit that.
Oh!
That's the perfect hit right there.
That's the perfect hit. I would love to see that every time you hit the ball. You'll be in the professionals before we even have high school.
Some people are drafted out of high school. I was drafted out of middle school.
Dude, that would be something.
Another good one.
Yep.
Down the middle.
Yeah, he didn't miss that one right down the middle. You're right. Good.
Take it, bud.
How beautiful swing.
I know.
Nice and easy and it explodes.
Yeah.
Woo!
That had good backspin.
Yeah, it did. Look at that.
Nice one, too.
Yeah, it was a curved ball and he just sat and waited for it to get to him and then he hit it.
These would go farther with baseballs, right?
Yeah.
But you get the effect. The sound and the movement off the bat, it just doesn't continue on.
That does sound so satisfying when you do
There's a base hit.
Yeah.
I can't be back fast. Long foul ball, no problem. Another foul ball, you get 2 strikes, son.
Okay.
You can do the one down the middle, dude. Ah, I got you.
Yeah.
That's 1 of 1,000 at bats, no problem. Good. Oh, that all day long, big time stuff.
Yeah.
Now remember, if it hit me,
Is it out?
yeah. You get no clean laundry for 2 weeks.
Oh.
Hit mom, because she'll be in bed and I can just lay next to her. That's totally good for me. Sucks for you, but sorry. Look at that, he's not swinging that high pitch. Big deal. He does not miss anything. This zone right here does not miss anything. Whereas, watch it right now. He's totally changed his game. Look at that.
Well, you just look so much looser, Teach. You look like you're used to it, not terrified.
Right. Like I'm swinging nice and easy.
Yeah.
You actually look like you're having fun.
Yeah.
That's the best answer.
Yeah.
You look like you're enjoying what you're doing. Not terrified with what you're doing.
Yeah.
It's okay. 3, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Boom! Okay, that's a foul ball. You still got 2 strikes on you. Look at that.
That was it.
Yep.
Yeah, I just sat and waited.
Changed it to a curve and you just sat and waited. Pop. Good job. Oh! Those are big money hits right there, dude. I love it. Good.
That should have gone a little better.
It is what it is.
There we
Look at
go.
that. That's over first. That could be an easy double. Because that's going to go like this, hit the fence, and then lollygag in right field. You might even get a triple on that thing.
Right.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Big deal. Here we go. Look at that. I cannot put it past him. It was, but he handled it like it was nothing. I got to do that 3 times in a row. Okay, there's 2 times. Ah, I got you. It's okay.
Now you know you need to practice those.
Look at that.
Nice.
You see it twice, you do damage. Good job, man. This is so much fun. Good round. Oh, that ball moved this much on the air. Okay. Look at that.
That dance.
Whoa!
You see mom dance.
Kind of scary, huh? I don't know where that pitch was going. Holy crap. Probably defended mom. Oh!
Nice.
Did you see how explosive that was?
Yeah, and that one was.
Boom!
That was the fast one, and it was kind of close.
Yeah, inside.
Good job.
When it came off the bat, did you see how explosive that
That's
was?
what that's called inside.
Yeah, it was inside. It was an inside strike.
Yeah.
Outside and then down the middle.
It was just so explosive. When it comes off that bat, it's already cloudy by the time you go ball. Oh, that's incredible. That was fence material.
I want to look at that when it
Okay.
comes
yeah.
out.
I'm pretty sure you went like this. Pop!
Yeah, top hand, boom.
Boom! Just, yeah.
And I just rotated my hips and then flicked my wrist.
Yep. That's all you did.
Yeah, and I didn't get big or
No,
anything.
you didn't. He's having a lot more of those explosive hits like that than just all the time. We have wins that we got to contend with that's moving the ball around on him,
Yeah.
but for the most part, those explosive hits is what he's doing. It's all over the field. This side, right in the middle, it's just incredible. It's
I'm
just,
excited for some games.
I know, I'm excited for him too. But he's doing a better job. He's like, I think he's crossed that line where he's went from, oh, this is a game, I gotta fall apart,
Mhm.
to, oh, this is a game, no big deal. It's the same thing I'm doing over here.
Yeah.
Look at that. That's explosive. That's professional league material. That is too, because it goes right over the third baseman's head.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. I'm gonna switch it up. Look at that. He was struggling on that change in pace
Yeah.
before, but now he's got that under control. Look at that.
Oh, ready?
This is a good round.
Yeah, it is.
So fun.
Oh.
Good.
Tried to get my
Yep.
right there.
What kind of fix that with? Or that. It just sucks that he's getting good at not chase the pitch. Now I have to throw it right down the middle. I don't want to. Look at that. What it does, that's what he does with it.
Right. That's why I hate don't swing it when you have 3-0. Because a lot of times I get that right there.
Yeah.
And I can't swing at it.
Yeah, that's a bunch of crop. I don't like that. Unless you got a crappy batter,
Yeah.
you're not a crappy batter. 3-0 is like super green light. This is a green light. This is like, whoa. Yeah, because you got 3 balls on you. If the pitcher generally throws 3 balls in a row, he's struggling. So don't help him by swinging stupid stuff.
Right. Try and get the walk.
Okay.
Yeah.
But a lot of times they end up coming back and putting one right down the middle.
3-0? Or is that
It's case by case, but it's a general statement all the way through the profession. All the way. I don't know what the true I would love for Moneyball to say how many strikes happen on 3-0 versus,
Oh.
chasing the pitch.
Yeah.
That would be a beautiful statistic to understand.
Mm-hmm.
Then you wouldn't feel bad when they say don't swing on 3-0 or you better start swinging.
Yeah.
Here we go. Good. You sat and waited for that one like it was nothing. Right down the middle.
Did not miss it.
No. Mom, he's doing amazing things on that right down the middle pitch. He used to watch it. And he'd watch Dad freaking jump in the outfield. Look at that.
Right over your head. Easy base hit.
Yep. It's not scary anymore. I thought you were going to totally call me off. I smiled
close.
and you smiled. I thought I better pitch this sucker. Good call. That's fun. I love it.
Oh, ball.
Okay. One strike. Oh! You beat me. I love it. This is fun.
Yeah.
This is so much fun. Love it.
It's nice from this view because I can see what's a good ball and what's not.
It's a good pitch. You know,
Yeah, what's a good pitch.
Yeah.
And so when I see him swing for it, and when it's like perfect pitch and then a perfect swing, that's so
Right.
satisfying to see.
And then it's equally irritating when it's a good pitch and he fouls that off. You're like, come on.
Oh, yeah.
We kind of have this position from the outfield, but it's so much further away, so you have to kind of be paying more attention. But,
All right, you can't be listening to Grandma and
yeah,
watch the game.
Grandma, she needs to shut the heck up.
Well, if Dad's going to be in with you guys, I might scoot in a little bit.
Well, I think we're going to scoot in just generally because the filter.
Oh, yeah. I don't think they. Yeah, the outfield, I definitely think you could see.
As much.
We don't need to be obnoxious like this. Okay, here we go. Oh!
Oh, that was it. Just.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That's on the edge of being a strike. We're going to call it a strike.
Okay.
But it takes 3, so it's not a big deal to you.
Yeah.
Because that gets you on base, and it's all doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
This is a good round.
Yeah.
I'm loving that you're not changing your swing because Mom's sitting here.
Oh.
You're not trying to impress Mom.
Right.
You're actually impressing her more.
Mm-hmm.
This is so awesome. You're doing so well, buddy. Look at that.
Yeah, that's one I would always struggle with. Going for that high one.
It's very tempting.
Yeah. We leave that for Charlie Bivens.
Charlie Bivens hit a home run with a ball that was right. I mean, he closed his eyes and everything. This is not my task team. He just went, and he went, hit a home run. It was. So we kind of make fun of it every time.
Yeah.
That's Charlie Bivens swing, buddy.
Somewhere doesn't know that he's being used.
Yeah. Yep, he's a legend. There you go. Good.
Here we go.
Okay. call it. Yeah,
Time.
you got to call it on that.
Yeah.
It's been too long.
Yes,
Even
but-
though you're comfortable, you've got to call it because you're going to change the pace of your game. Your game, not his game.
Wait,
Yeah.
in a game, you can do that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got timeout.
As long as they're not like mid-pitch.
Yeah, you can't go timeout as he's throwing. No, they're not going to get it. But if I haven't made a move in about 4 seconds, call timeout because
That
that
puts it back in your control.
exactly rather than when is he going to pitch? When is he
Yeah.
going to pitch? Yes. You have kind of that window of this feels good. Now it doesn't. Call it when now it doesn't
Yeah.
because that puts you back in control, not the pitcher.
Right. You start doubting your swing.
Exactly. You're like, okay, what's going on? I gotta check this. Yeah. Here we go.
Time.
There you
Time.
go. Even if I'm in the middle of a process, to heck with him.
Yeah.
It's your window of you got to pitch it within these 3 or 4 seconds.
Right. I have complete control.
Exactly. Keep the control. Don't let me dictate what's going on. Oh, about got mom.
What was wrong?
Nothing. That's a good swing.
Okay.
So when you see him hit the ball, can you see like this much part of the bat on the past the ball?
Like,
when he hits the
ball's
ball,
right.
do you see a whole bunch of bat? Or do you see the end? Watch. Pay attention.
Like-
where?
Where it hit
Yeah.
part of the bat and hit the ball.
Yeah. And when he hits the ball down here, which is less than, you're gonna see a lot of flashes. Just watch. You're not gonna see this on in very many games. Hey, change your tee, your plate so it's facing me. Yep.
Okay.
Every single time when he hits it like here versus here.
Right. But if it's too far here, it caps and it spins it, and it's just a horrible hit.
Yeah. So watch how much bat you get to see on the end of the ball. You saw about that much?
How much?
It's so quick that
Yeah.
it's hard.
That's what I
It's
found.
quick, but you see a black flash or no flash. Oh! That was like this much.
Yeah, that was like right there in the.
Exactly. And look how explosive it was. Bye, baby doll. Okay, here we go. You might get hit if you're horsing around.
That's probably let's try to distract TJ. Throw him off.
It's not gonna work.
In the games, he's gonna have kids running.
I've learned how to block out dad and grandma, so anything else
Yeah.
is so easy.
They get those
I
too.
can't impersonate grandma.
Yeah.
I was trying to like be grandma, like really loud.
I didn't know my mom was a witch.
She kind of does have that laugh.
Yeah, she does.
But and tomorrow is the barbecue. But how about we plan for Tuesday and I can promise you what you're doing, right?
This is fun. It's a good day.
Play what?
You don't need something extravagant.
Lay down. No, not inside. Will you do me a favor though and just check on where Jersey is? Oh,
Okay.
Okay. You guys pick it out the frisbee throw to each other or something if you're trying to fight.
Okay, we got like 20 more.
Okay.
I want mom to pay attention to the end of the bat versus not. The difference that it makes. No! That was on the end of the bat.
Yeah, that was like. You're right. Like the very tip isn't good, but right in that
See how?
sweet spot. Like,
Yeah, did you see that one? You saw probably about this much, which is fine. We don't want it to be nothing all the time.
Right.
But
But-
right, yeah, exactly. That's how much that ball hit right there. So we saw that about that much left,
Right.
and it was just explosive. It was
Right.
It was past us before we could do anything.
Yeah, and I'm not swinging hard at all.
No. you're
I'm
not.
just flicking my wrist and rotating.
Yep. Exactly. Look at that.
That's a good hit.
Yes, it is.
wanted to hit the bucket under her.
You want to hit Mom?
No, just the bucket or her water bottle.
Why do you want to not hit Mom and then hit Dad?
Because it's funny.
It's worth it, buddy. Good stuff. Woo!
You really are going for my water bottle.
Yeah. You know what? With a smaller bat, I have that much control.
Yes, you do. You do. Keep those hands inside, and you can control where it's going to go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that.
That was a
Right
good
on the end of the bat. Dude, that was incredible.
That's the base hit.
Oh, it's a screaming hit. Well done. Look at that. You probably saw about that much on the bat? Yep. Look at that. He's not even making an effort, and he just pops it right over the into the outfield.
Mm-hmm.
For a
Generally,
base hit.
up the middle, that's
Yes.
perfect.
Dude, I'm telling you, that will get you to the professionals. You'll be a billionaire. Oh!
Oh,
That was like right.
Isn't that awesome to watch?
Yeah.
Like,
it was funny because it went by Dad and then he went like that.
I know we got on video to make me look how, okay, this guy's like retarded slow.
Yeah, we're doing this again.
Ow! Alright, this is not cool. You better watch your back. Oh, you didn't get your back
Yeah.
down. That was going to get hit. You normally get your bat down. Here we go. Good. Get that back down. That bat
That's what I
down.
did.
Good.
I overstrided. I was clear out here.
Yeah, and I saw this much bat. It was a lot. You got excited for a pitch that wasn't going to hit you. Ooh, that's one you might not want to miss too many times. Good. Do your thing, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, that was your thing. So much fun. For you. You saw a little bit more bat on that, so it wasn't as explosive as it should have been. Tough, man. Tough. Okay, you got 3 balls on you.
Yeah.
Coach gives you the green light.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen. I'm gonna strike you out. Ah, 1 strike. That's a good swing.
Yeah. I know.
It's in between. We'll call it a strike. You got full count.
Okay.
Way to go. You got another strike on. I mean, another foul. Full count. Good. That could be in between. Probably fell in between the two players. But that was a good at bat.
Yeah.
Fought, and put the ball in play. Good job.
What was
Hey,
that?
I need to learn tap dance. I need to learn tap dance.
That would have been a good ball, right?
Yeah, because instead of going for it, I was trying to get out of the way,
Right.
and it got past me. That's a base hit.
Right. As a pitcher, your first reaction is to move and then try and go for it.
Your
So low, it's hard to get down there when it's going that fast.
well, your first reaction is to protect yourself. I don't care who you are and how big a deal this is. You know, you're gonna not get hurt the best you can. Okay, we got about 6.
Okay. That one
Oh,
moved.
you got Mom!
Got me!
You got Mom! Now she knows my
No.
pain.
Laundry for a week. Geez. That was it. Hey, I was sitting down. Let me redeem myself.
Oh, okay. Ready?
Let me help you. Turn your body sideways,
Sideways.
so you can get this. No, it's not completely. You get this leg behind you so you're not dealing with it. So now you can throw with your hips open. There you go. Good.
Here, Dad.
Hit it.
Ready? Oh, Mom.
Okay, here we go. We got a few more,
Okay.
then we can release Mom from super mom duty.
I feel like the wind kind of stopped, so now it's like super hot.
And you better do something with it. Don't give me this crap of weak ground ball stuff. There you go. That's proof. Another one. All day long, dude. Look at that. You got this? Good eye. Ow! We're ending on that one because I don't want another one in my head. This was a great job. Man, you did so good. I love it. Good job.
Good job, buddy.
GoPro, stop recording.